I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, the 15th of September. Feeling a little more like August, and by golly, a few specks on the radar, but that's not going to break a dry spell. Let's take a look at some of the Skycam shots this afternoon. First off, coming from Inverness. That's the view coming from the Wingate Inn. Traffic not too bad at 2:16 when that image was taken. Let's check a little water shot. That's the Demopolis Skycam. That's the Tombigbee River down below. Partly sunny and kind of muggy there. And there's the big water. The Gulf of Mexico is seen from our Skycam at the Dauphin Island Sea Lab, overlooking the entrance to Mobile Bay. Sky mostly cloudy down there. There's a water vapor satellite shot, and you can see the westerlies are north of here. The tropical action is south of here. It's kind of been that way for a while. Carl is over the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico, and up in the westerlies, some storms are becoming active over the Midwest. And yeah, it's getting a little hot. Tuscaloosa 94, Birmingham 93 at 2 o'clock, 90 for Gadsden, Anniston, and Alexander City. And I wish I could promise some cooler air dropping in here in the days ahead, but that's just not going to happen. And yeah, look at there. A few specks on the radar. Hale, Perry, Shelby, Talladega, St. Clair counties. But understand, the radar is in clear air mode. Looking at our radar here and another monitor, I can see maybe 2 out there where showers are actually reaching the ground. One is sitting around Childersburg and one on the Chilton-Shelby County line. And we might see the same tomorrow, but the chance of significant rain, tiny for the next 5 days. In fact, I'll show you the QPF chart. This is suggesting nothing. This is valid through Monday morning of next week at 7 o'clock. The better rains in far south Texas with Carl and up to the north of us from near Kansas City up to Maine. Convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. Got the standard slight risk of severe weather from near Oklahoma City up to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Chicago. And tomorrow, a slight risk from near Nashville up to Buffalo along a surface boundary. And that'll be passing through here pretty much uneventfully, we think. Tropics are active. The trio there, Carl, the tropical storm on the Yucatan, Igor, big hurricane in the central Atlantic, and following Igor is Julia, a very respectable hurricane in the eastern Atlantic. There's a look at Igor, the maximum sustained winds, 135 miles per hour. It's a big one. Moving west-northwest at 8, and there'll be fluctuations in intensity, but it should remain a major hurricane for about the next 3 days. There's the track, no change. Slight weakening expected this weekend. And again, the Hurricane Center has this thing basically going right over Bermuda during the day Sunday. And again, Bermuda's a tiny little target out there, and there could be some errors, so we'll watch future tracks, but doesn't bode well for the island. But for the United States, no issue other than some swells on the eastern seaboard. Here's Julia. Hey, another big Category 4. Sustained winds, 135 miles per hour. Moving northwest at 17. There's the track. This one recurves well east of the U.S., in fact, well east of Bermuda. And it's expected to weaken into a tropical storm by Monday as it interacts with the outflow coming from Igor. But obviously, both of those not an impact to the United States mainland. Carl, that's a good-looking storm for being over land, isn't it? Goodness. Here's the track. Hurricane Center brings it out across the Bay of Campeche, ramps it up to a minimal hurricane early Saturday morning as it makes landfall, and then dissipates over Mexico. But north of that, there'll be the onshore flow, so places like Brownsville and McAllen and South Padre Island could see an increase in rain. And we'll check the eastern Atlantic. Of course, there's Julia, the tropical, or the hurricane, and down below that you can see the active intertropical convergence zone and a series of waves coming off the African coast. We'll check the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Flat Ridge across the southern U.S. Down below that, a surface low is located near Columbus, Ohio, with a trailing front. And we'll probably insert isolated showers tomorrow, but again, the key deal is isolated. Most spots are not going to get wet. Down below Carl coming off the Yucatan. Friday, reinforcing surge of dry air drops in. Temperature's not going to change a lot. We're still talking highs up in the low 90s. Igor is on the right. Carl is about to make landfall. And then Saturday, Carl goes into Mexico. Igor begins to make the turn. And our weather still looks awfully dry. Looking at the model output statistics, the GFS is printing 94 for Birmingham on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be hot this weekend. Here's Sunday. We're dry, so sunny both days. And obviously rain not going to be a problem for high school or college football across the Deep South other than the afternoon heat. Monday of next week, ridging still in place. Down below that, dry air, sunny, hot. Tuesday of next week, same thing. And a week from today, moisture begins to return on the western flank of that high, so there could be a few scattered showers perhaps by Wednesday of next week. But again, not the kind of widespread rain we need. We'll go out there a few more days, about the 27th of September. The GFS depicting a pretty deep upper low over the southern plains and a hurricane or a tropical storm, this time north of Key West. Let's follow it out. There's the 28th that comes up inland. It's centered north of Orlando. And on the 29th, it's located a little north of Charleston. As it kind of moves east of here, and if by chance this is right, and we all know it's going to change, but if by chance that were to be right, we'd be on the dry side of that thing. And then on the 1st of October, the end of the forecast, it's moving back out into the Atlantic. But again, I think there's no doubt. Understand, hurricanes transfer heat. And there is a lot of stored heat energy in the Gulf waiting to be transferred. And I think if we get through the mid part of October without a major tropical system in the Gulf, that would be surprising. But we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.